Hello, YouTube. How's it going today? Welcome back to my channel. It's Maxi DJ here, back with another video. I'm gonna be going over some, well, not tips and tricks, but maybe we're gonna do a bit of building CV2 or CV1 and CV2 gadgets that you can use to make a door, a sliding door. This video is about sliding doors only, so let's hope you are prepared. Let's hope you have your stuff ready and ready to go. I only have a few interests of using the CV2. I only have an interest of how I can configure it for an order for the CV2 chips to move and the gizmos and so on. So I'm going to be going to a different room. I'll see you guys in that room, and yeah, see you guys there. Hello everyone, here we are. We've actually made it into the room. This is a very small room substance, a very small room with no ink in it whatsoever. The only ink that so today what we're gonna be learning is how to do this. Let me fly for a minute. Today we're gonna be learning how to do this with a sliding door with going up and down. I will be going over this. Just like so, and as you get out, you walk back in. You can stand it for as long as you want, and we'll be going over some CV2. Pretty some simple stuff. As you can see, you only need to use two, and then over there is just a big mess. So I mean, hey, this just works as the same as the other one. So let me get started by deleting these first. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be keeping this door here. We're going to need it. Delete this trigger volume. Okay. So, first up, what you want to do for your sliding door in CV1, first you want to spawn in a state machine. I like to start with a state machine because, you know, it helps me out. Like, I feel like I get in order with what I'm about to tell you here, with the things I'm about to tell you to spawn in here. Alright, so I didn't even say that there. So when you go in your maker pen, you open your palette, you go to gadgets, and go to other chips. Once you're in other chips, get yourself a state chip. So you want to do that. Okay, once you got it, you'll have it at the end of your maker pen here. Spawn it underneath. I will be adjusting this so it's a lot more better and a lot more easier to be focusing on. You want to go ahead and go to your maker pen once again, hit your clone button, and you want to hover over your little clone there and slide it over just like so. Alright, once that's done, go back to your maker pen, hit the wire. Go up to your state machine, go in the middle of it, hit your trigger. You want to bring it down. Once you start your wiring, wire it to your state chip, and you'll have these 3 pins here ready to go. Now, with this state chip, you want to hit your wire once again, wire it to this one, and you will now have another 3 pins here for yourself to look at here. And then you will have this activate arrow in the middle, but you want to have 2 of them. How you have 2? Well, you want to come to your second chip, your state chip, hit your wire, wire it to your first one, just like so. Okay? Once you've done that, go back to your maker pen palette, go to your go to gadgets, go to math chips. You want to spawn a boolean chip. Alright? Spawn it on top, just like so. Once you're done that, okay? Now, you'll have these 2 blinking on and off constantly. And this is what the boolean chip is made for. So, all you simply got to do, go to your wire. Okay. Go to your boolean chip. Hover over the green pin on the right side. That's just underneath the red pin. So go to green pin. Then you want to go down, wire it to the top arrow of between your 2 state chips. Alright, pretty simple enough. I'm also, just to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to be naming these for you guys so it's a lot more easier to be understanding and knowing which state chip will be the proper one to be, you know, having open and closed. So let me just, oops, close. Okay, we got close. Alrighty. Now, once you've done that, okay, you have your stuff set up here. Go back to your maker pen palette. Go to your gizmos. Once you're on your gizmos, you want to get yourself a piston. Alright? Come on over. Spawn your piston in just like so. Okay? Now you've got your piston in. Now you're ready to go. Well, not quite yet actually. So you want to go to your maker pen once again. Configure. When you're on the configure, you'll have this menu pop up and it'll say, just under movement and under acceleration time, you want to hit move to target. Now you'll have yourself these 3 pins. You'll have yourself a blue pin, a little extra one. Now what that is, that's a target. That targets your position to how far up you'd want it to go, so that way you don't have to actually configure the piston itself in order for it to properly work. That is why we're going to be using these chips right here for it to function it properly. Okay, now once you've spawned yourself in a piston, go back to your maker pen, hit your wire. Alright, now go on the top of the piston. You want to wire it to your door or whatever you have that you're wanting to make it slide up, just like that. Okay, now once you've done that, you want to come over to your open. Hold on, let me think here. Yeah, you want to configure open. Now, no, yeah, so you want to go to configure open. You want to do +1 for value 1. And then 2 will be your speed, so we're going to do 100 for speed. And then value 3 you're just going to leave alone because you're not going to need anything for the plus, okay? Now moving over to close, you want to configure your close state chip that you have named or that you just want to have in general. Same thing with value 1, +1. Value 2 will be, you want to put in -100. 100. Okay. Now value 3, this is the part that you do want to mess with. Oh no, wait, did I mess something up here? No, sorry. Okay, so you have your stuff here in close, okay? And then go back to your open, you want to go to your open, and now, sorry, your value 3 is an optional height, okay? Your open state chip is your open state chip. Your value 3 is your optional height. So so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go 183 just for a random guess. It's optional. That's what I'm going to do, okay? Once you configured, now you'll have your value 1 is to activate it, obviously. Your value 2 is your speed, is at +100, and then your value 3 is your height. And then obviously you have over here is the opposite, but you don't mess with the value 3. You just leave it as it is. So once you have that, okay. Now, what you want to do just to make sure that it is working and that your state machine is activated, go to your wire on your maker pen. Hover over the state machine here, okay? And you want to hover over the top right red pin that you see up here. Now you should see a 1. Alright, once you see that 1, okay, that's how you know it's working. Now hover just underneath the red pin, go to green pin, you'll see +100. Alright, you'll know that's working. Now go to the blue pin, now it's 183, the height optional that we have happening. Alrighty, so now that we know it works, okay, now we're going to wire our state machine to our piston over here. So red pin to red pin, green pin to green pin, blue pin to blue pin. Pretty simple, right? Hover over your state machine, you want to wire it to your red pin just like so. So you have that and that, okay? Just redo the process with the other two here. Alright, now it's gonna go up. Alright. Now, I will be spawning in a trigger volume, but if you want to adjust your height, I recommend you don't spawn in a trigger volume yet and start wiring your stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do to make this tutorial a little bit more easier. Now I'm gonna up it a little bit. I had it at 183. I'm gonna up it to 200. See, that's improved a little bit. We're gonna go 250 just to make it a little bit more even and as steady as it should. All right, just like so. Now, now you're wondering, how do I make it come back down, and how do I make it so that, you know, it's a proper working door or whatever object you're doing? So, go to your maker pen palette, go to other gadgets, and then once you're on gadgets, okay, you want to find yourself a trigger volume, all right? Now, get your trigger volume here. I'm just going to scale it out so that we can have this well and evened out. Something simple just to do, and yeah. Go height like so. Okay. Now you've got your trigger volume all scaled out and ready to go. You want to come over to between your two close and open state chips, okay? Now, the arrow that is not wired, go underneath it, hover over it, okay? Now, you want to wire it to the green pin that is on your trigger volume. Now, it's not going to work just yet. Now, here's what you want to do. You want to go up to your Boolean chip. Once you're at your Boolean chip, you want to go on the top left red pin up here. Come over here, wire that to your trigger volume. Now your whole piston should be back down to where it was originally. Now, to see if it works, and it'll come back down. It'll go up, it'll go down. Even before it's going down, you can go in it. You can stand in it for as long as you like. And that is what, you know, as you stand in it, it goes into the open. As it says as it's obvious that I just showed you. That's pretty much the basic of it. I mean, you only need yourself a state machine, 2 state chips, a Boolean chip, and your piston over here. Pretty simple, right? Now that we've got this out of the way, now we're going to move on to CV2. The CV2 is by far the easiest part in this tutorial. All you need is 2 simple things and some configuring through it. Your maker pen, you know, just your maker pen skill. Yeah. So, come on over. Alright, you got your door here, obviously, right? You're ready. Open up your palette. You want to go to the gadgets. Go to CV2 gadgets. That's underneath other gadgets, okay? Now you're going to see yourself a piston V2. It's a lot different from the other one, but hey. Pretty cool though, how they're changing some things up here. Spawn it in wherever you'd like, don't matter. And then you want to go back to your maker pen palette, and as you're in the CV2 gadgets, just underneath the gadgets once again, you want to go to second page and you'll see yourself a trigger volume V2. Alright, you want to spawn yourself one in, just like that. And it will give you the option to move your thing out of there, so that way, you know, it's more easier to work with. So I will move it out once I'm done scaling this out here. Okay, do it just like so. Move this individually, just by one. Alright, let's move this out the way. Now we do have the option to move that as well, but I'm just going to put it beside, so that way it's much easier to work with as repeated. So here we are. trigger volume V2, piston V2. Pretty simple, right? So, here's what you want to do. Go to your wire on your maker pen, okay? Go to player entered, hover over it, you want to go to play. It should be wired, right? Next up, you want to go to hover over player exited. Click that, wire it to a reverse. Pretty simple. Now, when you go in it, it should do the same thing. It should go up. Oh, I forgot to wire it. Hold on. First, you want to wire your piston, obviously. Go on top of your piston, wire to your door quickly. There you go. And then, now you want to try it. Player exited, reverse. Okay, there we go. Now it should go up. Boom, look at that. The easiest and the simplest way. Now, it's going too high, I know, okay? So, if you want to lower it, you want to mess with the max distance, like I said, at any height you'd like, but you actually want to go lower numbers this time. So, as you go to configure on your maker pen, you want to hover over the 5 right here, okay? Now click on it. Now it's going to show you your value. Now, if I can remember correctly, the proper height will be 2.3. Give that a go. 2.3. Let's try it out. Pretty much the same, right? So there's that. Moves just the same as the other one. You can mess with the speed. I don't recommend you mess with the speed because it's good as it is. It's at 1. I know, I get it. It's weird, okay? You would think I'd obviously use them other CV2 chips that they've got, like the add chip and so on and so on. But I'm not fully mastered, alright? I'm just teaching the really basic stuff that you probably didn't know about, that you could just simply just a few configurations and 2 wires and you're boom, done. You're there. So, that is my tutorial for the CV1, the CV2. Now, always remember, don't do the mistake I did. Always wire your piston, because I always tend to forget because I get too excited and they know that I'm like, hey, I'm actually doing this, and oh my god. So, there you have it. You have your CV1 and your CV2. Obviously the CV2 was the easiest because it has very less things, only 2 simple things. Piston, trigger volume, done. Over here you need state machine, 2 state chips, a boolean chip, a piston, and that's that. But I showed you the easiest, and I told you and taught you how easy it is, and I made it very simple and clear enough that, you know, you can do it yourself. You know, if I learned how to do it, I'm sure you can do it too. It took me like maybe not even a week, you know. It took me a week just to remember, like, you know, what chips and, you know, what configurations and what wire goes to what. But, you know, at the end of the day, I always ended up like, hey, you know what, I think I did it right. So, I mean, even if you guys have to look back at the video, pause the video throughout if you need. Won't be any problem. But, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any live streams or any videos that I do upload, because I will be uploading more tutorials like this in the future. I might even upload more of the CV1 than the CV2. Much more advanced with the CV1 than the CV2. I am learning CV2 very slowly. I will be getting there. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this video was useful, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.